I got a message, Han, on from someone who reached out and said, um, uh, my name is Emily, and me and my friends were interested. We saw your event on Eventbrite, and it's so cool to see a women's only social. And then I told her about what we do, what our goal is, and then she said, "That's so awesome. It's so cool how you guys organize stuff like this." And I was like,
Uh, is
so
this from
good. This was
Eventbrite?
like a direct message on WhatsApp from Event.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because my number is the contact number on Eventbrite. So
Yeah.
it's so awesome. And on that win, I do think that like, for a while there, especially without our systems and without Han, I don't think I could have survived this. I feel like, that I knew that we were going to enter a trialing period for all of these meetups, but I had no clue how we were going to do it and what it was going to look like. And now I feel like we kind of get the hang of it. And it's a model that I feel like give us a bit more time and we'll be able to start teaching like mobilizing other women in other places to maybe do what we've just done here in Sydney. So to me, I like that's such a big win because I feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel and we're starting to have a rhythm now with our regular events. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
so good.
nice
So
to hear.
beautiful.
Sorry.
That's so nice to hear.
Yeah, it honestly, there was a point where I was like, I think I became very disconnected to the collective. And it wasn't until I think we started all meeting up a bit more. Like I met up with Han separately, I met up with Denisa, like I met up with you, um, that I think I was reminded like this wasn't meant to be easy. And then I started to just appreciate the little things like Denisa, when you said we just have to do something for who's here, that really woke me up. And then when Han was like, let's just make a rhythm, like let's just like make a routine. I was like, yeah, it's that
Mhm.
simple, but I need you guys to really help me see that. So it's so good.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, does anyone else have any wins for the collective? So, Denisa, you've been doing your own thing in Soul Chats, and I'm seeing the list grow of who's been attending, which is really really cool. Like, what's been happening over there?
I've been promoting the meditations in other groups as well. So other people told me that they would like to join, and I just send them the link to join. And I told them about the community and so on. And also the course, I don't know if you had a chance to listen to that audio that
Yeah.
I'm preparing a course, and I want to do it in collaboration with I Am Her and to promote it like that, to do it for everyone because it's gonna be for free. It's just a pilot course that for me it made so much sense and it brought so much light into my life, and it's such a powerful course, and it's something that it came from myself, like it's a unique course, let's say. So I'm curious to see what's going to be the result, because I had a feedback from Romanian people and I also tried it on myself. It was incredible, literally, and this is what I am planning to do next week. It started from Monday, like it's gonna be for 5 days. And
Mm.
I'm really curious to see how people will react at this, because I also had a workshop last week. Like it didn't it wasn't a meditation, it was a
Mm.
workshop, and it was so amazing. The same, it was incredible to see how people understood their mind, their like how they react, what's going on deeper, on a deeper level in themselves. So the
Was
course
it
will
last
be like,
week's Soul Chats? You did
yeah,
a workshop? Oh my gosh, so good.
yeah, yeah. And it was amazing, and like the course, it's like the next journey, let's say. So I invited everyone that
Yeah.
was there attending the workshop to attend the course as well. So let's see how
Mm.
it's unfolding.
Okay, so wait, is the course something you're already like you're piloting it already, you said this week?
It's gonna be next week.
Oh, next week. Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say if you want to do it in collab with I Am Her, I mean, it's quite of a short deadline, but I think for now you can just directly invite whoever is coming through Soul Chats.
Yeah.
And then I think in the meantime, if you have like your basic information about the course and even like a flyer similar form to what we have, we can just plug it in and it can just be a wait list from now on. And then we'll do the same thing where we track everyone's like who has put their name in the wait list. I can create a page so that you can run the pilot course with whoever is in it, and then we can actually do a proper promotion for it where we can invite people externally, because I think that would be amazing for you to have piloted it and then to then relaunch it properly. And yeah, I haven't listened to the voice note, but I have full trust that like, you know, you'll be fine. Yeah, like I do think it'll
Yeah,
be fine
it's
regardless.
actually, this is what I was saying in that record, so that's fine. And I also wanted to invite you all who like from the community to if you want to be there and if you want to see how it is for yourself. So
Is there an information page? Because I
yeah,
know
yeah,
you
yeah.
sent me a PDF. Maybe we'll.
Yeah, it's that PDF.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's invite. Maybe you can extend an invitation to like forward that to the team, and then if you want, you can extend the invitation to like the collective as a whole. Or if I'm fine for you to hold off as well and just leave it to the Soul Chats community. Um, but we can use. I can use that then to create your like a little wait list page for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can also create like a banner or something if this is what you need.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the course is for free, but at the end like they will have the opportunity to donate if they want. So it's
Okay.
optional, but I just wanted to say this.
Yeah,
So
amazing.
I will also need to have a link. So probably I can use the link from the meditations,
For
but we just
donation.
need to the link for the meditations, like the link that people have for the meditations where they can donate to be a
Oh,
link.
we have an I Am Her, like a general donation link. We can maybe you can use
Oh,
that
okay.
instead, because then we're not getting any other, we're not asking any other donation anywhere else. So I'll just, if anything comes through, then we'll mark that as your, you know, through your course. If you can give me the dates that you're doing it as well, so then maybe when we all know when the course starts. And is it calls as well? Like, is there a structure
Yeah, yeah,
outline somewhere?
yeah. It's everything in the PDF, and the course is gonna be from 26th to 30th.
26th to 30th. So I have the 4 phases. But yeah, is it a weekly meetup or something?
Yeah, it's like 5 days in a row. It's not weekly.
Oh, okay. 5 days in a row. I get it. And then it's a Zoom call or something of the sort.
Yes, yes,
Okay. Will
yes.
that be so that will be like run in the evening, like our evening?
Yeah, for you. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be in the evening for you, at like 7 or 8 p.m. in
Okay.
for Australia.
And then registration will be to go to you or to, yeah. Is it to directly message you for now?
Yeah, I just texted everyone that I thought would be interested in it, and I sent them a form. So
Okay.
I created a registration link.
Oh,
It's a
got it.
form.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So
Yeah.
I
For
think I
now,
can
we'll
do
just
that
get
one.
them to DM you. And then I think if anyone here also wants to do it, I think that would be amazing. And then maybe Denisa, you can just push out like one invitation with these details and the PDF. And then yeah, let's pilot launch it and then we'll chat separately for like how to do a proper launch for it. But that's so exciting and I'm so grateful that this is on your heart to create, because it just reminds me that like this is what we're supposed to do, and we're not like, I'm not here to do this in isolation. Like I have so many ideas, right? And like, I want to do this for these people and this. But I think what I'm understanding with how the collective is happening is if I just stay in the seat that I am here, then naturally, like, source and spirit will just inspire each of you to create what you are here to create. And it's this co-creation and trust that I feel, if we're aligned and we have the same vision, then it can't go wrong. It's just leaning on our structures, our systems for helping each other promote these things, and logistical things like registration and whatnot. But other than that, I do think that the things that each of you feel called to create, this is what it's supposed to feel like. So I really love this intention and how you're already acting on it as well, Denisa. So thank you.
Thank you as well. Yeah, I'm in that phase of doing right now. So as I was talking to you, I just want to do things because I was in, like, I feel that it was enough for me when I was in that just creative mode. I created a lot of things, but now I need to do them. Like, I need to put them
Yeah.
into the, because yeah.
So good, so good. Well, welcome as well, Lara. We just saw you come in. It's good to see you. Do you have any wins for us? Any update? I mean, we haven't seen you or heard from you. Any quick update? We also, let's try stick to time today, so we'll try keep our conversations as snappy as possible.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Glad to see you again after a long time. Actually, I'm kind of coming with a little bit of heavy energy today. And yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys because I think that I need to step down for the moment, because I haven't been giving the collective the attention and the work and that I want to give it, and I'm really kind of going through some mental health crisis at the moment, and since a while actually, and I'm not really stable, and so my energy is really fluctuating, and I cannot really at the moment say when I'm able to actually be present and be there, and it's really sad because I love the collective and I love the project, and I don't know, it's just not, I'm just not what I would want to give, at the moment. So
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I think that this is like such an important thing to acknowledge, and I think it's really great that you can also acknowledge this within yourself. And we're here first and foremost. I believe that this is why the collective exists. And the second thing is, I believe that the seed of the collective, if you are in any way aligning to serve with this seed, this has happened with other collaborators where they've been, yes, full out, and they still are, but then for some reason their life just took them a whole other direction, and they're like, I'm so sorry, but I need to back out, but it's still so aligned and connected and dear to my heart. And I just think that it's part of maybe the soul of the collective, and what it's like, it wants to put us through our own realizations in order to be able to serve at the level that she she wants us to serve. And it's not, yeah, and it's a timing thing. I think that if the seed of the collective is on your heart, then through your experience now and you working through it, you will find the right time and way to serve, whether that's through it or after it. And it's so crazy because even our members are experiencing the same thing. I'm not sure if you ladies heard about Jenny and the episode she had. One of our members almost basically took her life. And she messaged me not long after, like just a long video of her talking to the camera. And she was like, hey, Nicole, I know this is a bit random, but I'm not sure if this will be helpful for anyone. Should I post it? And then I said, this is so wild that you are, that you're a part of you, even though you're hurting, is asking, will this help someone? And I think that's our nature as women, is we want to serve because that is our nature, is to nurture. But there are times where sometimes we're called to serve alongside while we go through something. And then there are other times where we're called to just go through our thing and to not be in serving, but rather to be in receiving. So Lara, if there's any way that any of us could support you, and even things like what did the program that's being run, the soul chats, the meditations, we create this community for each of us because we all need this as women and we all go through seasons. But just know that it doesn't make you any less valuable, or that we see you as you're letting anyone down. It's you and the mission on your heart, and the collective is just something that you will align to. And I believe if the collective calls you to serve through it, then you will in your own time.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
we
thank you so
appreciate
much.
you so much. Honestly,
Thank you.
like you can stay in the feel free to stay in the call, stay in the conversation for as long as you need to as the trailblazers, but also I think receive from what is being created on behalf of you.
Yeah, I do think that's what I need right now, because a part of this crisis is actually that I feel very lonely and isolated, and so, and I would love to also stay in the chat and also join the meetings if I can. I just really would like to take out this pressure for myself,
Yeah.
I know none of you is giving me this pressure, but I'm kind of giving it to myself, and that's making it worse. And I'm just trying to eliminate the different aspects that give me more pressure. And so yeah, I would love to stay, and I even don't know how long this is gonna last. And as you said, I'm also sure that the seed's planted, and but it's true. I think at the moment I need to receive more than I have to give.
Yeah. And look, being a woman and leading is not about action all the time. So maybe the part of you that is here to receive, even just wants to be in the trailblazer, is you're going to find a way to serve just by hearing and receiving and being a recipient, because you will have your own experience of the collective. So well, thank you for sharing. And
thank you for being here.
Yeah, we'd love to, if you wanted to book a call with me, feel free to. There's so many things. I'll send you the details to a program that I'm also beta testing, which is all about transition, learning how to go through your transition and turn your unraveling into your becoming. And so you've got all the right people and support around you.
Thank you so much.
Mwah. All right. So, hi, Magoma. Welcome. Okay. So I'm just going to start going through the agenda so we make the time today. Okay. So a few major updates, which it's so beautiful. Just love that we're all here. It's so good. Okay, so themes in the collective. Last time we talked about how we need to have a bit of a structure for what to actually address in the collective. And because in Sydney we've been doing a lot of testing, we've been testing the meetups side of things. And if you guys have recently seen the vision deck, I'm just going to share my screen to show you how we're going to progress. So social meetups and virtual community is the first phase of the I Am Her journey. And ideally, what we want is to create an ecosystem for somebody to have a in-person mind, body, soul support system, and then a virtual community where they can just talk, they can be supported, they can go through things and feel like they just have girlfriends around them. But phase 2 of her journey is she wants to grow, she wants to learn. And that's because after you have like a recognition of your, what would you call this? When you recognize that you're not alone, when you get to be around other people, you release a lot of what's within you. And all the workshops that we've been doing lately in Sydney, like the dance workshops, all of them are designed to also create connections, but also to help women release stress, release whatever they're feeling, so then that they can go to the next stage of learning to reflect and reflecting on specifically, like, are they where they want to be? Are they being who they really are? And so that leads to phase 2, which in the collective, the idea is that they would move from a meetup and a virtual, just using the WhatsApp, to actually attending any online workshops. And the online workshops might be like what Denisa runs, or the meditations. And what we're going to start soon is the community meetups. Phase 3 would then be they want to go into the next level of their learning, which is to reveal, to uncover their responsibility, their mission, to reveal their purpose, to reveal whatever is in them that has been blocked. And so this is where core programs come in and say, for example, if Denise is going to create a signature course, then that becomes a core program. If I create a signature course for how to go through transitions in your life, or how to become an embodied woman, or how to build an aligned business with MFA, who does the business side of things, then that becomes a resource pool where people can actually learn. And then there's support. So there's like one-on-one coaching. If people want to, then we start to build our network of coaches. And then from there, we also start to, they would start to go into contribution. Now they would recognize their gifts, they're operating their gifts, and potentially they're connected to something bigger than themselves, and maybe even want to step into leadership and do things beyond, like contribute to the collective, for example. So this is the idea. And what I wanted to do was to actually like let you all know of that, so that you can see the progression of the I Am Her woman. And ideally, the themes that we want to explore are feminine themes. So Han and I actually wrote up a whole list of themes that resonate with women. And currently I'm creating like the template for what is going to be the signature Becoming Her course. And it comes in 2 parts. There's the becoming, and then there's the becoming her. So the becoming is more to do with like that first part of the journey, like realizing, releasing, and all of this. And then the second part is becoming her. So stepping into the specific, unique feminine part of it, which is like so awesome. But what's precedented before that is what I have finally realized, guys. I've been in existential crisis for so long. And like, I'm not a business coach. And so I've been trying to figure it out. I've been working closely with MFA. And exactly what I said earlier to Lara, my gift is the before, the becoming, and the becoming her. It's the unraveling. It's the becoming undone, the surrendering, and learning how to actually like navigate that dark night of the soul to then step into your becoming, to then become her. So that's where I actually will send you, rather than me going through it, I'll send you the draft of that journey. And inside of that, I've got specific themes like influence, how to lead as a woman, feminine leadership. So these are going to be the course materials. But why this is relevant is because I decided that we're going to use these as themes to guide our year and the topics and the courses and workshops we create. And because I was thinking, I have all these, we can collaborate with whoever we want, but it doesn't make sense for it to just be on random themes that we decide. It makes sense that it's actually based off of what is the becoming her journey. And so all of these themes, they're not locked in, but they're sort of covering the main aspects related to like femininity and womanhood. And then in the becoming stage, there's things like reframing, interrupting patterns, becoming aware. So there's all of this, but I'll link the document so you guys can skim through it. And so that leads me to, how does that shape the rest of our collective, how we facilitate the collective? So I'm going to go through like probably the departments, but the first one is the WhatsApp community. So everyone has had such, from the vibes that I've been getting lately, it's been much more conversational, which is great. I feel like people are understanding more of what this chat is about. What's everyone's like experience or impression so far about the WhatsApp? And yeah, like any positives, anything that you feel we could try?
I actually, I'm sorry. Oh, do you want to say something? Okay. Actually, I'm not. It's not about the chat right now. I'm just so mind blown because what you just described about the course, and I told you I was also working on a course, and it's not like the when you go into the inner parts like what you just showed us. It's not exactly the same, but I also structured the course the same. You know, I have a I am part, the her part, and the I am her part. So it's so interesting how these how it's up in the ether, just kind of coming down these energies and ideas, and yeah, I'm just a little bit mind blown right now that this just happened again, because it reminded me so much of our time at the beach where you were like, oh, I had this idea, and I was like, oh, I had the same idea, and then you were like, oh, this name, and Denisa was like, oh, let's use this name, and it's just all coming together. It's just so beautiful.
Well, yeah,
but
if you look at the course, you can also input anything that you feel, could be relevant. And each of you, again, I'll send it out, but if each of you can look at the course and see, like, if this was the ultimate course for a woman who is in her becoming journey, like, what is missing? Let's actually all go through it and figure that out. And then I'll build the skeleton of the next year, like the schedule of things and workshops based on that finalized structure.
Yeah, that's so cool. Okay. Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah,
awesome.
I'll give you the stage, Han.
I've been mainly in the Sydney chats, so I haven't been active on the global one for a bit. So I was just thinking about how to actually get the people who've attended the in-person event to actually join our global community.
Yes, the missing link. Because
I think that's
Sydney has its own chat.
Yeah, I think that's the challenge at the moment, and it's just like navigating how to start off with that conversation, and then I think just talk to them on a deeper level and see if they need help, and then get them to join the global community and the soul chats and things. So
I think when we have virtual things, like if Denise is running meditations, that's technically an event. It's just virtual, and we can encourage them to attend. Same thing with like if I'm running a workshop, or if there's a monthly community call, then we can use that as a bridge. Because I never want to, this is what I realized, I never want to force people to join the chat or bait them in, because that's how we had so many people come and then leave as well, because initially it was like a meetup group, and then they realized probably it was like, why is this a global chat? And then all the Sydney people were like, let's just, they just stayed to the Sydney chat, and they didn't kind of rejoin or stay in the other one, because that's not what we invited them to. So I think I do think it's important, like if we're going to invite people to the collective, the global chat, at least, we set them up to expect this is like for feminine talks and all these things that we do and encouragement and whatnot. But yeah, Han, we can strategize that, I think, for Sydney.
Yeah, and I think the girls chat that's coming up on the Thursday.
22nd, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good invitation because I saw you posted on the Sydney chat as well for them to actually experience that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Well, yeah, so WhatsApp community, I'm still doing the weekday prompts. So I think everyone's doing a good job so far, just jumping in where possible and just being honestly authentic. Like if you feel like sending a voice message, just send it. It doesn't matter if no one responds because someone will listen. And that's really all that matters. And we will be doing some things with key dates involved. So this is where I would love to ask each of you to note the date down and participate, and encourage others to participate. And I think it's important to recognize as well to encourage your personal circle of influence of women that is not just in the collective, like your actual friends, your actual like Instagram community or your workplace. Like these are spaces where there are also women who will benefit. So the one that Han just mentioned is the girl chats. So we're gonna officially trial for the first time a community call. I'm actually so nervous, guys, because I'm like, who's gonna show up? I don't we haven't really talked about it. My goal is this week onward, to obviously regularly talk about the importance of meeting as a community and why and what to expect. So people actually have a reason to go. And I think we can theme the girl chat so that they have a topic to look forward to. But for this one, I just called it like our first community call. So maybe in the next 2 days, there's 2-3 days, we only have about 3 days. Let's encourage people to come, and maybe in the chat, we can ask them what theme do you want to explore and do a poll or something like that. But I know that soul chats, like Denise's part of the community, you've been already having regular attendees. So I think even themes that have been resonant to them. Were you doing masculine feminine still based on our last chat?
Yeah, I did meditations around healing the relationships, relationship with mother, with father, then stepping into your feminine. We were talking about masculine, like even in our last workshop. So yeah, I stayed in this topic.
Yeah. Okay, so I think maybe we can stick similar to this, where if we can just have a think about maybe the next, like tonight, think about like what would be a good discussion theme, even along a similar line, like something to do with that dynamic. Maybe it's like relationships, or I don't know. We haven't had many deep chats in the community because in the Sydney collective, because we've just been hosting events and not really having girl chat time. So that's one of our goals. So yeah, let me know if you come up with ideas tonight, and then I'll put up a poll to the community, and then let's all promote and invite people to attend the girl chats. It's going to be special because I have fun activities, and yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be really nice. So August 22, that's this Thursday. And then we're going to start a challenge called the 75 Soft. And more details are going to come out for that. But I've decided to do that in October, start of October. And this is 75-day challenge. It's modeled after the 75 hard challenge, but it's designed to be obviously entering your soft girl era, but from a lens of ease and enjoyment rather than difficulty and punishment. And so it's a different spin on discipline. And I'm going to send through the brief on that. So we still have a bit of time. It's in October. But what I will start doing is probably maybe send you all a PDF or something like that, like a summary on WhatsApp. And then once the promotional stuff is out, if we can all cross invite to that. But we'll have another meeting for me to give you more details, but just keep that in mind. Start of October, we're doing a challenge to get into our soft girl era. And that's deeply connected to the idea of like what is feminine and how to attract and influence as a woman as well. And then the last thing is we do have soul chat at the end of this month, as well as the last Thursday of this month. What I am thinking, Denisa, is, and we'll talk about this properly, but if you're open to it, Karis, one of our collaborators, she does every, I think, new moon, she does some sort of like girl meetup, but it's very like spiritual. She was happy to open this up to the collective. And what I'm thinking is soul chats can be, the monthly soul chat can be every last Wednesday of the month. And then every last Thursday of the month can be the community call. I'm not sure if that works with your schedule, but soul chats, I'm still trying to figure out like that monthly soul chats versus the monthly community call. Is it going to conflict, or is it better if we just combine the call and make it like part mind, part body, part soul? So then everyone gets a little bit of a taste of like a spiritual conversation and a like kind of general topic. So I'm still fleshing it out, but for this month it's separate. But yes, open to everyone's suggestions for that. Does anyone have any thoughts or suggestions on that so far? You don't have to, but I'm just opening it up.
Yeah, I think it's good because we're meeting anyway every week for the meditation. So I think it's like even an encouragement for them to do this instead. Like they're attending the meditations either way. So probably there will be even more people. I think our goal is to do things that can gather as many people as possible through different occasions or situations, and then to encourage them to attend the other ones as well.
Monthly. So okay. Yeah. So maybe, we'll confirm it, because maybe we can hold off the soul chats monthly and just make meditations every week on a Wednesday, and then the final Thursdays when everyone comes together, rather than having two separate. Yeah, I think soul chats, I definitely have a separate vision for it, like kind of like a soul Sunday session or something like that, that's more actually spiritual. But I think that's later down the line. Okay, so keeping that in mind, soul chat, this month we will just have the virtual community call and usual Wednesday meditation. So no soul chat monthly for this one. Okay, so then our next thing is Magoma's not here. Okay, so our struggle has been promoting on social. So I know, Denisa, you spoke to Eliz, we met her in Bali. So I think hopefully if she's open to it, then that will be amazing, because then we can just send her all the content we have.
She's very open to it, and she's actually very happy to be a part of the community, like the train leaders. Yeah,
so good. And she's so great at community building as well. I wonder if she would be open to like community managing, like being someone who's really on top of all our community conversations and checking up on members and things like that.
Yeah. I just told her that, like, I presented her the vision and what we have and what we do, and she already saw a lot of things on Instagram and on the chats, because she's also in the soul chat and in the community already. So she was there and she saw everything, and she's super happy to be a part of this, because she's also in that stage. And
so good. Well, I love that, because that's a gap that we've been needing to fill. Magoma, welcome back. I actually had a question for you. It's good to see you. It's been so long.
Been so long. I feel like I've been left behind. I'm only trying to catch up with everything.
It's okay. We haven't really done much. We've been doing a lot in Sydney, but online we haven't really done that much. But
Okay.
I wanted to ask you about I'm Her Collective Kenya. So one of our discussions was about setting up some sort of global like contribution so that people can support a cause that is based in Kenya. And I know a lot of the community that we have there is actually wanting to like partake in the collective as well. So two questions. First one is I know you haven't been really like on like working on collective things, but do you have anyone in mind that we can connect with, that you could connect us with for a cause, like contributing to a cause? And secondly, do you think now's the time to do a meetup with all the people interested in helping in Kenya?
All right. So for the first question, yes. I have like two people in mind, and I was supposed to connect with them before everything just, happened, and let them know about I am her and introduce them so that because they have like their own organizations and they're
Oh,
supporting things getting feminine hygiene products for girls who don't like have them because that's like a major problem this side. And the other one with um GBV, gender based violence. Yeah, so those two could
amazing.
maybe they could together and work something out with us.
Yeah, okay, amazing. I'm happy for you if you have capacity to reach out to them and perhaps you can make a group chat with us three as well
Yeah.
if they're happy to, and then we can actually do a connect call. And then what I was thinking is maybe our approach is we can have them run a workshop, or not a workshop, like an info session, and we
Mhm.
can make it valuable as well for attendees to join. And then we can invite anyone, like even go out on Facebook, invite people to attend this event online, and then collect donations. And that can be the start of the collection of, this initiative. But for first touch point, chat to them, see if we can do a Zoom call together, and let's get a chat going. That would be so amazing. And how are you feeling with the community, like arranging a Zoom or something for the women in Kenya? Because I feel like I don't know how to nurture the Kenya community without you.
Yeah. I understand because like um I'm a part of this women, so I know this women kinda. But yes, I think things have been a bit slow because I have been a bit slow in like generating um communication in the group, just reaching out to the girls over there and telling them hi. So we're doing this. Because I had a few people who had already reached out to me and said, in my place, I think there are women who will benefit from I am her
Mm,
chats and meditations. And there were a few women who had started joining Denisa's meditation, weekly
mm,
meditation. But I think the moment I stepped out a little, they all went back
mm.
with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna put it on
Yeah,
myself to be more.
you're a leader. They're like waiting for you to make your move. Well, yeah, don't put pressure on yourself, but definitely like in your own time and in your own way, engage. And like I say to everyone here, it's not about having a perfect life. It's about leading from wherever you are. And so I've been doing that myself, just trying to share more openly and just honestly as well. Like the other day I said I didn't feel like doing a gratitude list, but I'm just doing it because even though no one did, I want to do this for myself, and I think that inspired people. So yeah, Magoma, I think for now, we'll help you to spark a conversation in the Kenya chat, but I think we're going to follow your lead, and you ask us what you need. And I think as well with the girl chats, if we have women from Kenya, women from Romania, women from Sydney in this chat, in this call, I think we can have a segment where we hear about what's happening in your part of the world. And I would love for Sydney to have our own courses, community courses too, and for us to be able to report, like, this is what we've done. Like our badminton girls volunteered for a food drive. Like I want to be able to like have us share what's happening in our parts of the world for what we're doing to help women. So yeah, I think that's first point, is just start the conversations, and then maybe in our next meeting we can set up a chat or a Zoom call that's just Kenya, like community. So I mean that kind of makes me question, like, for the regional things, like in Sydney, Han, we're doing like girl dinners. That's our version of that. Do you think do you think the girl dinners are going to be more effective for getting people coming together?
I think so. I think that's the main thing, because not everyone will be interested in going for a social walk,
Yeah, true.
for like a long walk. So I think dinner would be simple enough for to get people to attend.
Yeah.
And I don't think it requires a lot of time either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's inspiring people enough to have them plug into the collective. That is our challenge. So after a dinner, inspiring them to be part of something bigger. And I think that requires us to actually pitch the collective at the end, and what it's all about. So it can kind of be a pitch dinner in a way at the end, and we can give them something to read about the collective. Yeah, but it's so exciting. It's also exciting. It's all coming together. And then in saying that, some things that I think it's like, for me, I'm understanding now that how the collective wants to grow is in a very feminine way. It's very messy. And it's like, my women are going to be going through women things. And at the same time, like, I feel that as trailblazers, like, I've been really thinking about, like, what does it mean? What's the difference as us being a member versus a trailblazer? It's that if you're trailblazing, you will be confused because there's no path. You're making the path with how you live your life. And so if you're faced with something, you decide what is the her that I am being called to be, and how can I act as her in this moment. Like, that's how you create the path. And then you have to talk about that path that you took in order to have other people see that there's a way out, because you can go through it and you can blaze the trail, but no one's going to follow after you if you don't talk about it, if you don't share the story. And I Am Her Collective was always about like stories. So that was such a great segue, because now I'm going to talk about her story, which is I feel like I'm presenting a show. Her story is a project that I'm going to start. So I'm going to start filming our collaborators here in Sydney and getting them to share their stories. It's going to be like kind of documentary style. And I've partnered, I'm sort of doing it myself, and I'll probably ask for some assistance with a female videographer, but actually telling the stories of the women who are helping facilitate our workshops. And then when people attend the workshops, we'll also invite them to share their story also. And then it will become like a series, a campaign where on our page, we will just have faces of like women and their story. And I think that would be it's going to be so beautiful, because it's going to set the foundation of how this is so much more than a meetup group or a virtual community. It's also here to inspire. And I feel that this is something that the collective is here to do, where yes, we want to be monetized. Yes, we want this to be our full-time jobs. But at the core of it is, even without that, we want to leave a lasting legacy. And I think that if we can just do that well, like just share people's stories well and give people spaces to share their stories, then I think we've really done, like we fulfilled that aspect of what the collective is here to do. So very exciting, the Her story. And so if you haven't done your I Am Here, I would encourage you to do that, the I Am Here post. And then that's like the first kind of step, I think, just getting your face on our page. And then we'll start to probably invite each of you to do like a podcast, like an interview, and we'll film it. And then we'll start in Sydney actually filming in-person content. But if you want to actually start a Her story, then once we have the first one, you'll see it and you can recreate your own version and create a team or people who can help you film. But that's something I'm so excited about. And the final thing, is it the final thing? But the next thing is how we're going to end the year, because obviously that's coming up. And I know we'll probably meet again before end of year, but we've decided that we're going to do like Mondays, was it fortnightly, Han? Or was it monthly? Oh, I don't know who I was speaking to. But I'm happy to do every fortnight, or even if you guys feel okay with it, we can do every 3 weeks, so that it's not so like it's not too far, but also it's still close enough. Because I was thinking that like we're not actively like doing anything together, not yet at least. We're kind of just doing separate things and then gathering to update each other and to see the vision. So what I'm thinking is like every 3 to 4 weeks, expect, a team call. And how we want to end the year is obviously we're going to have the like 75 soft challenge in October. And that's going to be like, ideally every day, we're all going to be accountable to like share something. And maybe with the monthly like Zoom calls. Are you heading? Okay. Bye, Han. Yeah, maybe with the monthly Zoom calls, if we can all encourage every all your participants, all the people to come to the monthly girl chats, we can get a consensus of if people actually want to do like an end of year thing, like an end of year Christmas party or something like a little bit different. Maybe we can do an online Christmas party, but I think I don't want to plan too far ahead to do that. I just want to see where we go in the next few months now that we're starting like the monthly community call, which is our focus. All of us from all around the world gathering. And I'm treating it like a mini conference. Like this is our conference in the making. And we're going to look back at these monthly calls and be like, this is the conference in the making. So I'm preparing deeply for it. And sometime in like maybe October, we will start gathering interest of like, how do we want to end the year, and have a think about it for yourself. What would be a great way to wrap up the year as a collective? And yeah, I'm very open to your input and suggestions for how to run the monthly community calls after we do the first one. I have like an idea of we'll start with gratitude. We'll do some breakout rooms for a certain activity on like mindset check-in. And then we'll do some embodiment work. Maybe Denisa, you can even take a whole section of that, or Lara, like if you guys feel up for it. And then we can have a little bit more of a soulful end as well. So I will run the first one, but I'm really open to like, how can we run this in a way that's so experiential? It's not just you're here to spectate a Zoom call and you're going to do the dishes while you're on the Zoom call, but it's like, imagine like girls getting so excited, like, I'm getting on the I'm Her call tonight. Like, are you need to come to this. Like, it's so epic. every month is different, like you need to come. And just even things like we give away things like you get a $5 Starbucks voucher, like that's the level of service and like community that I want people to feel part of, because I get it, virtual is not the same as in person, but if we don't start somewhere, then we'll never get to have our conference. So that's definitely where we need to start. But yeah, anyways, I'll stop talking, but let's wrap up soon. How are you girls feeling with all of these updates?
Excited.
Is there something that you feel like most excited about, or any thoughts as well?
Yeah, the thing that you just mentioned, that we will have so many surprises. And actually, I think I told you guys earlier also, like when I was in Bali and I had these experiences there in Bali where we have meetings like um, physical meetings, and we at the end we have giveaways, or I don't know, little prizes, but
Yeah.
also like, every week there is another topic, and people are just there to share their insights, to share yeah, their stories, and to talk about those kind of things. And it was so excited to be there. And I'm so excited to do this on our community as well, because I think it's so important, and it is important to engage the people from all over the world. And I was also, I think I told you, Nicole, that I texted everyone, at least in the Soul chat, to see how they are. And I also texted uh, Tessa, I think, or she's also in our team, like,
Mm.
but she's from USA, and she said that like everything that we are doing is a little out of her possibility. Like everything is so early in the morning for her. So I guess this is also something that we should consider, like
Mm.
thinking about how we can,
Time zone. Yeah.
yeah, how we
Yeah.
can manage this for everyone in the community, because I saw many other numbers from USA.
Yeah, that's the same with Emefa. Emefa is she wants to do a lot for the community. And she's in the, spiritual side, also business, and it's so out of her time zone. So yeah, we'll definitely have a think about that. I think we need a representative from the USA. That's what we need first. Someone who can and is also yeah, is at a level where there's an actual alignment for what they want to do. And so with MFA, there's alignment, however, not to be at the level of like needing messaging all the time. She's wanting to do more like facilitating a workshop, maybe course creating, but I think an actual community builder, who actively will use WhatsApp, because that's our current space right now. So yeah, keep a lookout and also be open. Maybe you have people in your communities, and yeah, same thing with members. If there's a growth in the members from that region, then we want there to be a leader or someone to lead that region. Yeah, I appreciate that input. Um, yeah. How about everyone else?
Uh, I'm really liking all the new updates. The meetings are, I feel like they're finally coming together. The global meetup is coming together, and I'm already very excited. Christmas is a time that I love. It's a holiday I love, so I'm already excited for that meetup in that period.
Mm,
And I'm just wondering if I know everyone is so busy with everything, but is it possible to have a call with the Trailblazers and the Kenya team before? No, it's too soon. We can't. I was thinking before like the whole global meetup, but I
mm.
realize it's too soon.
Is this maybe we can just invite them for now and then try do a call before the next one. the Kenya volunteers. But maybe Magoma text me your dates for a potential online meetup for just Kenya, and then let's try get some invitations out to the girls.
Okay, and I'm aware that you're trying to create a system and themes and everything, but I'm just wondering whether is it possible to like have different conversations with the Kenyan team?
Yeah, definitely. Ideally, I would love to know more. I think if we, once we meet up and have discussions on what are important topics, the topics might be extremely different. And what I'm building with the becoming her course content is the general journey of like what it means to become her, like your best, most authentic self, empowered self. But in terms of those sub themes, I do think regionally we want workshops run by women from the area that you're speaking into. So there are going to be themes that I think we'll explore that will be different. Yeah.
I think we can have the same themes but different topics.
Different topics, yeah. Okay. When you go through the course, maybe, yeah, it'll be amazing if you can write specifics and then send them over to me, yeah. And then we can plan a chat, you and me. Amazing. Well, I'm glad you're excited about it, and I'm so happy to see you as well. It's been so long that we've been out of the loop. Lara, how about you? How are you feeling all of this?
Yeah. First of all, I love hearing about about everything that has been created so far, and that is in the making. It's just beautiful. I have really regained some energy, and my heart feels lighter just after this call, and that's so interesting. And that's also why I love being in the collective, and why I kind of felt so guilty and I don't know, sad that I kind of isolated myself from it so much the last few weeks. Because every time we have a chat, every time we have a call, it's just a breath of fresh air, and it's like my heart just lightens up, and I'm starting to feel motivated again to do things and to be a part of this. And yeah, so actually what came up for me is I would like to ask for you guys' advice, because at the moment, like, I feel I really want to create so much also for the collective and within the collective, but at the moment I feel so blocked because I have this deep worthiness wound coming up at the moment, and I feel like it's so interesting because it's kind of like this loop, because this unworthiness coming up because I'm not creating the things, but I'm not creating the things because I feel like I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling this unworthiness, and how can I share, because the things that I want to share, the things that I want to do have so much to do with helping other people and self-help and everything. And obviously that's kind of what the collective is for. And I feel like how can I put this out when I know I'm feeling like this? And it's not just like today, it's been a real big fast now, but it's such a long time because I am blocking myself off from doing what I need to do to step into the next step for myself, like I can't even really put it into words right now. I feel really just really lost. So I feel lost, and I know that I need to take action to come out of this, but the actions that I feel called to and that I think are my path feels so blocked because I feel like I would be such an what is the word, imposter, you know.
Yeah. Before we jump in, I actually just felt that this is so, your purpose here is at play, Lara. Like everything you're going through is so at play here, because I just had in my heart these calls, we get our meeting done, and then I think this extra time after, the extra 30 minutes, it made me realize like this is what the feminine leadership is about. So at the end of these calls, to be able to lean on each other like this and then open up the floor for round circle coaching is part of the experience. And to do this as a team is incredible. And it also prefaces what we can do for other women. And I know that if other women, like 100 other women were on this Zoom with us, they'll benefit from hearing what's about to unfold here. So just want to say your purpose is at play. And thank you for sharing. And also, if any of you need to leave, feel free to, but I invite you to also use your gifts here to encourage Lara and to support Lara in this time. I'll start first with what I've written, but Lara, I hear that there is a belief that you're only valuable, your worth is only at play when you're creating. And that tension is you want to create something so bad, but it's almost like for you, you're maybe at a place where you need to recognize that not creating, like, for example, being broken or chaos, is also creating. It's also creative energy.
Yeah, it's creating chaos.
Yeah, chaos is creative energy. There's still life in chaos. And a part of you wants control, potentially because obviously it gives us safety, but that part of you that knows to control does through creating. But maybe life is asking you something else. What do you think is being invited for you to explore?
That's a good question. First of all, thank you for everything you said so far, because just that in itself is, I think, a big thing for me, just that I feel so unseen, you know. And I did have a lot of things coming up, especially with my father. And I just feel very, very unseen by him, especially. My mom is no longer around, as you guys know. So since she died, I didn't really have anyone to, I didn't really have a mentor or something, you know. And my father is my teacher in his own way, you know, kind of reflecting back to me a lot of society's belief systems, and also a lot about myself. But I do realize that this thing is really heavy on me. That's like a real core wound, that I feel very unseen, and that I feel like I could do whatever I want. I would always be unseen, you know. And the more I try, the worse it feels. So I have given up on trying. And
that feel good? The giving up on trying? How does it currently feel?
No, it felt very good.
Yeah.
But so that's definitely why this was very healing to hear you say, you know, also how my role in a way is at play here, by bringing up these things, and I think that's such a beautiful and divine way to look at it. And I feel like I have never been seen through that kind of lens, you know. And and I do have I'm very neurodivergent, so I'm really just in the process of finding out what works for me at the moment, and how I even work. And sometimes it's really hard for me to because we also talked about it in the private chat. I have so many things in my head going on, and so such huge complex concepts that I'm aware of and that I want to share, and I have a really hard time expressing myself, actually. And I feel like I can never really get it out in the way that it is, you know, like something is always lost, and
do you fear that you'll never be able to get it out?
Yeah, I think in a way.
Do you fear that you're running out of time?
Yeah, actually I kind of do, because so I do get like social money. Sorry. Better the sound than you guys seeing the snot coming out of my nose. I've been getting social money for a while now. So I've been getting money from the insurance company first, because I was on sick leave for about a year. And after that, I got, for about a year now, I got social money. So now I have to, I have to either get a job or, you know, because, and that's why I've been trying so hard to build up my own entrepreneurship. Yeah. And that's making it worse, you know, and together with my neurodivergency, like this, I mean, probably that's normal for everyone, not just for neurodivergent people, but like this pressure is kind of blocking me off. And so I've been trying to ignore it, but then again, I'm also on my awakening journey, so I also get deeper and deeper into my psychic skills, and my empathetic skills are getting even stronger, and I really struggle to be even around people, because I pick up so much on their energy, and I'm kind of I'm really struggling to stay in my own energy when I'm around people. So I'm not around people most of the time. But that makes me feel really isolated, and that makes me, and then people have to catch up on what happened in my life, who I am, and whatever. And I have struggles expressing myself anyways. So I'm kind of getting more lonely in a way, and I've been trying to just you know, be like, yeah, it's fine, you know, I'll rather be on my own than around people that are not good for me, and that's true. And I also, you know, like saying, you know, being in nature, I don't feel alone. I can feel the energies of the trees and everything. But then again, I do realize, you know, that's still, we are humans, we are still in need of connection to other humans. Yeah. And I feel like I kind of somewhere along the way lost my ability to connect to humans, and this that's kind of pushing into this deep self-worth wound as well, you know. So because I feel like I'm not really wanted anywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot happening here, and I have been here myself. This is that dark night of the soul for sure, and this is your biggest invitation to surrender. There's so much of there. I think there's so many things that you're wanting to understand, and at the same time you're wanting to serve people, because you know that's what you're here to do. It's like you can see your purpose, you can see what you're here to do, but your capacity is not there. And I think that from what you're saying, there's a lot of, maybe denial is not the word, but it's like a friction. There's a bit of friction, and that friction is being created, whether consciously or unconsciously, by this burning desire to create, and also this unwilling to accept that creating is happening right now. You're just not letting it. It's just not happening the way you want it to be. Creating happens best when you surrender to the way the universe wants to create through you. And that
Yeah.
looks like chaos. That looks like absolutely surrendering to what you cannot control and releasing every expectation that you need to be able to understand it, predict it, comprehend it, and figure out the time in which you need to be better and ready by.
Yeah, that's definitely so true. And the thing is, I've been in this process of just going along and for so long now, you know, I haven't been doing anything, basically, just trying to surrender and going through my day, just getting through the day in a way. But and that really worked well for until this point, you know, like until a few weeks ago.
Until you
And
started
that was
focusing on other things. Did you start focusing on something that caused you to then have this flare up of like, you know, needing it to happen sooner?
no, not well. Yeah, I mean, I do get under pressure with this job situation, definitely, and I also get a lot of pressure from my father, and so and I'm really trying to detect, like he has been sending me actually a real mean letter, a really mean letter.
Yeah.
And he said, I feel like you're just not doing anything and you're just hanging around and you're sleeping all day. And I'm like, not, you know, like even that I'm trying not to get into that situation where I have to justify myself even, but like even it's just happening in my head automatically, you know. And like I'm thinking like I'm not sleeping much, you know, like a woman needs 9 to 10 hours sleep per day. When I'm going to bed around 12 or 1 o'clock or something, and I'm sleeping until 11, that's exactly in the frame, you know. And even if I need more, and I do actually need a lot of sleep, that's true. So and I'm just that, you know, not judging myself for needing a lot of sleep, but then again trying not to fall into the hole where I'm just sleeping so much so that I'm trying to avoid stuff.
Yeah, actually, Denise, I want to invite you here to share. Like, I know that you just did father wounds and you work with energy as well, so you'd probably have language around this. But I know that this would, whether you have the skills to detach or become unattached, this will affect you. The fact that your father is already he created there was so much wound related to your father, and he's the one directly messaging you, and this creating some urgency and some friction around you surrendering fully for as long as you need to be in this time. Denisa, like, yeah, how do you see what's happening here?
First of all, Lara, I want to congratulate you and to like I can see your gifts from this, from what are you saying, because you want to be so much in contribution that not being in contribution is hurting you so much, because this is who you are, this is, you want to give, you want to put something from yourself into the world. So this is so beautiful. This is why you feel so hurt, because something is just stopping you now from putting your gifts outside of you and to, as I said, to be in that contribution. So first of all, you should acknowledge this gift that you have and embrace it, because it's beautiful. And I think just first acknowledging this, acknowledging the fact that, okay, I feel so bad and this hurts so much because I want to be to put things outside of me, to help other people, to support others, to you know, make this word better and so on. So first acknowledge this thing. And I want to tell you that I've been through the same thing, and you probably know some part of it because we were talking about it. And I was in the same situation as you with the job thing and so on. And at some level, I still am right now. So I completely understand you. I completely understand what are you going through. What I can tell you is that one thing that really helped me is, first, I also had a not so good relationship with my father, and he was also the same with me as your father, like always blaming me, telling me, like I even if he didn't tell me anything, I also felt some kind of pressure on myself, even like he didn't have to tell me anything, but I still felt that pressure on myself that I'm not good enough, or he's not validating me, and he's not acknowledging me as a worthy person, and so on. So what I did, I just told him what I felt, and I just like not told him exactly what I felt, but just going there in front of him and told him, like, look, maybe you won't understand this, maybe it's like a little hard for you, and maybe you will think that, I don't know, I'm crazy, or I'm going through some kind of depression or whatever, but I just want you to be here without any questions, without like questioning anything that I'm saying, but just tell me that I'm worthy. Tell me that you love me. Tell me that, like, exactly what I needed to hear from him. And he told me this. He didn't he didn't wait a moment to tell me all those things, because he loves me, and your father as well. Like, he loves you so much, and the fact that he's doing and he's telling you all these things is because he wants your good. He wants to see you succeeding. So he's just like, this is his way to show you love, to push you, because he sees your capability and your ability to do things. He sees you worthy. That's why he's pressuring you. That's why he's telling you all those things, because he can see the gifts that you have and that you can do a lot of things. So probably he's also just questioning, why are you there? Because he's a man, and even if he's not a man, but he's just from another age. I don't know how to say, but so he's not understanding these things at the level that we understand them right now. So he doesn't know how to express him, in a way that can probably motivate you, or encourage you, or help you in the way that you need help. And sometimes they want to help us, but they don't know how to do it. Like, they do it in a way that they think that thing would help us. That's why it's so important for us to go there and ask for the things that we truly want and we truly need. I'm sure, and I'm so sure, that if you would have an open conversation with him and just tell him, look, you don't need to ask me anything, I'm good, but I just need to hear these things from you, that I'm valuable, that you see me like this, like just asking, because we need, as women especially, to learn how to receive, and to receive exactly what we want, like from all men, and that includes your father. This is what I see, and this is what really helped me, because these things, like inner conversation that we have, are some lacks, or I don't know the exact word, but it's like it's crashing our aura. And when you see these gaps in our aura, the way that you can feel them is when you complete yourself with receiving what you want. This is how you complete your aura. So just ask from your father, and I'm sure he will give you what you want. He just want to see you succeeding. So definitely he will do whatever it takes to see you as like that.
Yeah, thank you so much. First of all, that was really beautiful, and it's just I could just keep on crying, because it's just such, I've not had this for such a long time, just having girlfriends to open up to and actually be vulnerable and feel safe while doing that, and feeling seen, and actually getting the getting the feedback that I need, you know, instead of some other stuff that, you know, like people trying to put on their own version over you, and you should just be like that, and you should just do it like that, so everything would be different. And like, yeah, but I am not like that, you know. So first of all, thank you guys for this, for
And also
taking.
one more thing that I wanted to add is that you're not a victim of your life or the way you feel, or you know, everything that is happening right now. It's your life. It's your life, and you have all the time the power to say something else about your life, to feel different in your life. It's your life. You're not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator. So understanding this, it's like it can help you to understand that it's your responsibility to feel different, to and I know sometimes it's hard, and sometimes it's I don't know what to do. Like I want to feel different, but I don't know. I don't know what to do, and that's true. But at the same time, just reclaim your power back, and just
Yeah.
being that power that you know, right now I choose to be different. I choose to, and understanding that, and again having that thought that you have the power over your life, it's also empowering.
I am sorry. Oh, sorry, Magoma, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
just something
Feel free.
similar. I feel like Clara, you're already a step ahead with everything, and thank you for sharing. So the other day we were having a small weekly meditation with Denisa, and we created like um a mental like what subconscious map, and it's at that point that we were realizing that this is what is like I know where I want to be, and this is what is across my path. But you, Lara, did not need a map. You know exactly what is along your path. You know how you're feeling, and that's really like it's something I admire about you, because you're so aware of where you are, your surrounding, and what's you know like what you need to overcome to get where you want to be. And I think that's something that I really admire. It usually takes me meetings with Nicole and Denisa to actually realize this is what is my path. So that's really amazing. And I just want to let you know that I admire the way, I love your energy. Whenever we are on call, you just have this personality and energy that's so admirable. You're always buzzing with ideas, and they're always like amazing ideas. So yeah, just add on to whatever Denisa has said. I just wanted to let you know that you are amazing, you're important, we love you, and we recognize everything that you input into I Am Her Collective.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Oh gosh. This is so needed. I didn't even know how needed it was. Like, it was just like all of these tears were so stuck in me for the last few weeks, and like I couldn't even get them out, you know? And so
By you being vulnerable, I think it allows us to step into to what we are here to do as a collective. We're here experiencing what we even created this for. And I don't know if I speak for myself, but maybe the other girls too. Like, we are experiencing in real time what it means to reflect back to you your worth, to go through this journey of like release. You have to go through a release before you can realize, and you have to purge all of this, and that's hard, but you don't have to do it alone. This is why it exists. And I think you're blazing the trail by allowing yourself to experience this right now, right here. And I felt for you like the very strong presence of like you're living. I love how Magoma like spoke exactly what you said. You already know what light is. You work with light. Where light is, love is. Where light is, darkness can't exist. And where darkness is fear. You're living in fear. You're not living in love. Love is wholeness. Love is I accept myself in my mess, in my chaos, in my figuring it out, in my self-judgment, in my knowing of my purpose, all of it. And I think, Lara, I think your soul might be inviting you to define what does really loving yourself at this level, in this mess, what does that really look like? Can you love yourself and operate from love and not fear in a way that you define? Because from the model that you said earlier, the way that, and what Denisa said, the way your father showed you love is to push you, but that's just his way of loving you. And the way you're showing yourself love is you're pushing yourself, because that's how you knew how love should be expressed. But you get to define what loving yourself looks like. It doesn't have to look like pushing yourself. It doesn't have to look like proving anything. And I think that's something that you get to create for yourself, because maybe you didn't have a role model for that expression of love.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my mom was the same. So I'm kind of trailblazing for my own self, you know, for my also especially for my future children, you know,
Generational.
because that's also interesting, you know. Another thing that my father mentioned was like, oh, you always wanted to have a family, you always wanted to have children, like, do you not want that anymore? And I'm like, of course I want that. Like, would you think I don't want that? I'm just letting it go for now, you know. I believe that the right person, because I don't want children with the wrong person. I don't want to be bound to anyone that's not aligned with me, just for the sake of having children, you know. And being a good mother for me starts with not being a mother when I'm not yet ready, you know. And so I really do everything that I do for my children, because that's actually the thing that I really want to be in life, is a mom. And so yeah, that's very true. I didn't have a role model in a lot of ways there. And yeah, that's true. It's all true what you guys are saying.
Well, I think that we've definitely given you, we've reflected back to you in the best way that we can. And I'm sure that each of us will be happy to continue exploring this, like on WhatsApp. I would invite you to actually share your journey through the global, like the virtual community, and to bring your light there, because I think that you don't have to get into specifics, but just the journey of reclaiming what loving yourself looks like in this time is going to be so healing for other women. You don't have to do anything other than share, and you will be supported, because that's how this works. And yeah, I know that, you know, Denise, so you can always reach out to privately. You can book a call with me as well. And there's ways moving forward that I think we will learn how to support you, and in turn we will learn how to support more women through the collective. So this actually encouraged me so much, just you sharing and us doing this. It encouraged me so much for how to frame the way that we host a conversation, even in the girl chats. So there's, yeah, your light goes with you no matter what you're feeling vibrationally. Your light is still, it's your essence. You're here to be a light, no matter what it is that your mind tells you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, actually, for me also, this is, I think, the biggest challenge and the biggest blockage, that I have not been part of a community or even a family for that sake, in that sense, you know, like, because I I feel very uncomfortable being around my parents because I'm so judged all the time, and I can't just, I feel like I can't breathe really when I'm around them. And so since my mom died, it's been 8 years, you know. So and then I also got out of an abusive relationship, which also kind of makes me mad, because now I see how I could end up in that relationship, because a lot of things that, you know, this psychological abuse, it has been happening through my father a lot before that. And a lot of gaslighting, and, you know, not being able to that was also something that I wanted to say to after Denisa told me about, or gave me this feedback about how I could handle it. I tried to talk to my dad a lot, you know, and I tried to make him understand that this is not the way that I want to be loved. This is not the way that I need to be loved. And this is the way that I need to be loved. But it's, and yes, he does definitely for sure love me very much. And yes, that's his way to show me love, to push me. But he's also overstepping a lot of boundaries with me a lot of times. And so I never really feel safe being around him because I feel like I always need to be aware of another emotional attack, basically. So I and since that our parents are the root of our experience in our life, I think this relationship to my father and isolating myself from my own family because I didn't feel safe has definitely brought me into this space where I'm just distancing myself from everyone, because I kind of believe that wherever I go and whoever I meet, once I get vulnerable, they will see me as weak, or, you know, and just that I always need to kind of protect myself. And then in the combination with the abusive relationship, that I felt like I had worked through a lot, but it also set a lot of root in the belief that I'm not worthy, you know. And that, like, he always used to say to me, like, when I told him what my needs are in the relationship and what my love language is, he used to say to me, "What do you want from me? I'm staying. Is that not enough showing you that I love you? You know, like, why do I won't do anything for you because you are not enough for me to do this and that. I'm bearing you. I'm bearing you. So basically that should show you how much I love you." And that's kind of similar to my dad never says it like that, but it's like I'm such a burden for everyone, and just staying in my life.
In your family, what member from your family was a burden? We can explore this. This is actually what I encourage you to do, to talk to yourself, because, and this is what we're gonna do in that course for 5 days. We will explore the trauma language. This is your trauma language, and this probably is not your trauma. This probably is some of your ancestors' trauma, like who from your family felt that is a burden, because you definitely are not a burden in your family. So this is a language and this is a trauma that is not yours. It's someone else's, and you're just carrying it because of love, because you love that. I mean, your soul and your cells, everything from yourself loves that person's energy so much. And because that person is not honored, then you're honoring that person now. So we can,
I mean, that's really interesting.
Yeah, we can talk about this more. If you want, we can have a chat or talk on Zoom later.
Please.
Yeah, and yeah, we will discuss this, because this is so important, and we are here for you. That's why it's important for you to notice this and to acknowledge this.
That's so amazing that you can pull that out. And I think that invitation is amazing. I'm so excited for this course as well. And I think it's coming so perfect, like the timing of this as well. So yeah, it's and we'll end on this. I know we're a little bit over. I encourage Lara if you wanted to explore that conversation with Denisa further, but
Yeah.
the community, I always thought about, for 4 years I started a business and I never grew a community. I never took the time to build any community. And it's so weird because so much of me wanted to serve a community, but I never could do it. And even when I tried, I get so frustrated, like, why aren't people coming? Or just like all of this, like community, just, it's like unconsciously I didn't want it. For me, I grew up from a broken home. And this, my biggest struggle was asking for help and relying on other people. And when the collective was birthed, part of my why was because I was going through a time, and Denisa knows this, I was going through a time when I was learning to ask for help, learning to be like, I can't figure it out on my own and I'm not supposed to. And I think that this is part of the wound that comes with a broken home. You realize you have to do it on your own and you get by in life doing it on your own. And so part of the root of the collective is actually creating this experience of, I don't care where you are in the world, but we are one unit here. We are like a family. And we see each other because I am you and you are me. And just know that that's part of what birthed this collective, the wound of a broken home, a person who was broken, who knew that if we could just come together and be honest and just do life together, then we won't have to feel so alone. We won't have to figure it out on our own. And I think that that's the gift. The collective wouldn't have been birthed if I didn't go through that. And so there's something that you want to create. Something is being created in this fire. You're being refined in this fire. And if you want to create the best work in your life, then you better surrender like nothing ever happened. Like surrender to this fire because it is doing something. It's alchemizing something.
Yeah, and again, how crazy beautiful everything just comes together, and how, because the other day I was writing out a message to an old coach. Thank you, Magoma. Because I'm looking for a new place to live, because I can't stay in the city because I told you I'm so overwhelmed just with all the energies, and so I'm kind of looking for eco villages or an ashram or something like that, where I can just stay with my cats for at least a year so that my whole nervous system can just settle. And I will, because I know that when my nervous system is fine and when my survival instincts are covered, and that's another thing my father said now, okay, I'm not going to pay the rent anymore because I think I cuddled you too much. So that's another thing that's coming up, this survival instinct is kicking in again because I don't really know how to live. And so I'm looking for a community right now where I can stay and just work in the gardens and cook and stuff like that and be part of a community and just cover my survival needs through that. So anyways, I was writing out a message to someone really beautiful who I learned a lot from during yoga retreats. And I wrote out this message and I wrote in there basically all the stuff that I was feeling, more than a message to her in a way. And after I wrote it, I didn't send it. I wrote it, and then I went went with my bike. And then while I was like cycling, I was like, this is so weird. It feels like this message has already been sent, but I haven't. And and in this message I was saying, oh, I feel so lost, and I just want to be part of a community again, and I just want to be part of a family again, and I need a role model, and I need some mentorship, you know, and right after that, like I found like a coach online. He is not even here anymore. He died 2 years ago or something, but his videos are still there, and it's about twin flames, which is a very big thing for me in my development at the moment. And I never met anyone who actually could give me some real insights, and so much false information at the end. Then that happened, and then I was diving deeper into Bashar. I'm sure you all know who Bashar is. So and I was like, oh my God, like I'm finally finding mentors who I'm getting answers from that I wasn't able to figure out myself. And now this is happening, you know, like obviously the collective has been there before, but this was necessary, I think, for me to write out this message and send it into the ether. And then be able to receive it, you know, because I think that's a big part of why I was also blocking myself off from this, because I wasn't able to receive it yet, because I didn't feel worthy. So this whole conversation right now has just really opened up doors.
Yeah, you're at phase 1 of becoming her. You're in release. You're releasing, and releasing will continue to happen if you don't resist it. And whatever way you're feeling blocked up, release, depend on the collective, release, and trust me, you will be supported. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'm so grateful
everything.
For everyone, and just grateful for your vulnerability that's helped us frame the depth and just reminded us why we're really even here to begin with. Because if we're not here for you, we're not really here for the collective. So thank you for that reminder too. And trust, lean on what is being created and what you're a part of, because this is your way of building the collective. Trust me.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
Where
everyone.
are the other two?
They're there, but their video is not on, so I'm not sure if they come back on. But thank you, guys.
Still here. I can hear you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you all. Mwah. I'll see you.
Thank you so much. Love you guys. Thank you so much for everything again. It's
bye.
Love
you don't even know what this means to me today. Thank you so much.
We love you. We love you all.
Bye.
Bye bye.